Welcome to another episode of Pages and Potions podcast, where we deep dive into delicious drinks and give you our hot takes, craziest theories, and fun reviews of some of our favorite books. We're your hosts, Devin and Courtney, and thank you for joining us during what we hope is your happy hour and escape from the 9 to 5 in everyday life. Before we dive in and get into the nitty-gritty of it, we thought it was super important to remind you that this is a not safe for work podcast, like at all. It is just not. Do not be listening to this in your cubicle, okay? We talk about explicit books using explicit language, so if that's not your cup of tea or if you have little ears around you, this just might not be for you right now. This is also your one warning that this podcast contains spoilers. If that's not for you either, now is your chance to bail and catch us once you've read the book. Okay? If you're still here, let's get into it. For this week's episode, we're talking about The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. Vampires? Hunger Games style tournament? Political intrigue? Lust? Say less. Before we do that, Courtney, why don't you help us dive straight headfirst into this cocktail that we've got tonight?
Absolutely. So tonight we've chosen something to match the vibes of the House of Night with what we're calling the Nightborn Sour. So it is this beautiful color, just gorgeous. Like it's giving the black red vibes of the blood of the vampires, I feel like. But anyway, what it is, we've got 2 ounces of bourbon, an ounce of black cherry juice or cherry syrup. I got black cherry juice and it's giving the right color for sure. An ounce of lemon juice, an ounce. What was that? What accent was that? That just came out of my mouth.
An ounce, it's the bourbon.
An ounce of lemon juice. An ounce of lemon juice, an egg white, 1 ounce of simple syrup. But if you're using cherry syrup, you can omit this step so you're not overly sweet. But if you like sweet stuff, do both. Whatever. We're not coming after you. Add all of those ingredients to a shaker with ice. Shake for like 2 minutes. You really need to froth up that egg white, get that delightful head, and strain into a fresh glass with ice. Garnish with a cherry if you would like. I hate maraschino cherries, so I did not garnish mine. Did you garnish yours, Devin?
But I actually bought the Woodford Reserve bourbon cherries because I don't mind maraschino cherries, but I bought like the proper. They're like real cherries, not that weird maraschino with the formaldehyde stuff. This is like authentic bourbon cherries. Yeah, so there's one in here, but it's like, look at this color. I got my nails redone today. Right? My nails redone today, and they match the drink. That was not on purpose, but I'm gonna pretend it was.
Yeah, let's call it on purpose. Okay, cheers. Yeah. First impressions.
Cheers. My God.
Yes.
Fucking fire.
I like that. Like, it's not like I was a little worried with the cherry juice that it would be too sweet. But I got there's no sugar in my cherry juice or anything like that. But it's nice.
It's the stuff that you drink for gout. The black cherry juice for the gout where it has like no sugar. That's the cherry juice you use.
Is that what it's for? So we had the cranberry juice for the UTIs and the black cherry juice for gout. We're just like,
little did you know this is actually a health food
medical
podcast.
Advice, folks.
Yeah. This is actually a health food podcast in case you weren't aware.
Yeah.
Here, let me just take my gout preventative. That's fucking delightful. The one fear about
that's nice.
Cherry flavored things is I'm always worried it's going to taste like medicine. Because so many cough syrups and all sorts of medicine taste like cherry, like Halls and all that. But if you use cherry, but if you use like a black cherry juice that has no sugar in it, or like I don't have the jar with me. I wish I did, but it's the Woodford Reserve, like Woodford Reserve bourbon I think it's a bourbon or it's a whiskey. My partner who's in liquor is probably going to scold me for not knowing, but anyways, it's a type of whiskey and they make a branded cherry. And so it's authentic cherry syrup. It's not like Luxardo or maraschino.
Delicious.
It's really, that is so freaking good. And there is a cherry in there. I can't
go get me some of that.
I can't see the cherry because it's so dark, but
Oh.
Damn, that slaps. Okay. I don't want to slam that.
Just like, it's Just like you can't see Rain's human heart
Oh,
in the book.
okay. We should talk about the book. That's
Okay,
why we're
so
here, not just
we
to
should
indulge.
not just to indulge in the drinks, but like really, moaning into the camera about the drink seems to be our thing, so it's fine.
Very on
So
brand.
let's talk about the book because we both love this book, like love
Yeah.
it so much. This was our second time reading it. So
Hmm.
Devin, why don't you walk us through like a little bit of a synopsis of the book, and
Okay.
then we'll get into how people should read this like 10 times over.
Pretty much. Yeah, I love this book so much. It's got vampires, it's got trials, it's got a badass FMC with daddy issues, like girl who doesn't. And the plot twist at the end, I did not see that one coming at all. Anyway, Aurea is our FMC. When she was a young girl, her house got blown up and she was saved by Vincent, the High Ash vampire king. Now this dude is beyond fucked up. He killed his entire family to take power, which is apparently normal among these vampires, and is a cold hearted bastard, as vampires are, I suppose. Our girl is a fucking badass. Slaying vamps in her spare time when they are attempting to prey on innocent humans. You go, girl. Peace is as fragile as a Fabergé egg between the different vampire factions. The Rashan vampires were in power before the Hayaj, and then there are the Bloodborne vampires that have scary as fuck powers. These factions are constantly vying for power while also apparently fucking anything that moves. Power? Sex? Sign me the fuck up. Anyway, every once in
Same,
like
dude.
100 years or so, there's this trial, the Kajari, held by Nyaxia, the goddess of death that the vampires all worship. In exchange for winning this thing, Nyaxia grants a wish to the winner. These trials involve a lot of bloodshed, some serious trauma, and long-term mind games. Despite being human and the adopted daughter of a vampire king, our girl Aurea enters the tournament with the hopes of winning and forming a Coriati bond with Vincent, basically a heart bond, giving her access to his powers and him to hers. Side note, this is a bad fucking idea because I've come to the conclusion that Vincent is a raging narcissist with homicidal tendencies. Facts. The book throws us into the trials almost immediately, and this is where we meet our tall, dark, and handsome MMC, Rain. He's a turned vampire with a human kink, a taste for bad beer, and a heart of gold. He and his buddy Mish eventually win over Aurea and get her to ally with them for the Half Moon trial, one of the big ones. In this tournament, there are 5. The Half Moon is the big one. And this is where it gets super fucked up, because you're supposed to ally with people, but then kill them after? Vampires are fucked up, man. Anyway, the crew develops a great friendship, and shocker, Aurea and Rain fall in love. Aww. Then, at the last trial, Rain helps Aurea kill him. Yes, she kills Rain so she can win the Kajari. Her damn human heart betrays her, and when Nyaxia shows up, she wishes that Rain actually won. So he comes back to life and up and kills Daddy Dearest in front of the whole crowd. This twist, I did not see coming. I mean, we knew he wasn't a fan of the regime, but I don't think any of us were ready for him to turn Vincent into a sack of crushed bones and yeet him into the afterlife. Turns out Rain is the turned heir of the last Rashan king. And then Aurea gets Vincent's heir mark when he kicks the bucket. Aurea is crushed, hurt, betrayed by the man she thought she loved. He kills her father and then decides to make her fucking marry him for protection. The last 100 pages or so of this book are a fucking ride. This is the second time we both read this book, and honestly, I think it's only better the second time around, and cannot recommend this book enough. Cannot recommend this book enough. It is so good. Talk to me about it, Courtney. Lay it all on me. Tell me about your thoughts.
Okay. I love this book. I absolutely loved it. I think like it throws you in almost immediately. Like there's no like, oh my God, when are we going to get to the good part? Like there's none of that. It is immediately you're thrown into the action, you're thrown into and you learn about Araya throughout the book and her story and how she was found and her really strange relationship with Vincent. Like it is odd. Like he pulled her out of the rubble of her home and she was feisty. So the impression that we get anyway is that she was feisty, so she took him, or he took her to go live with the vampires. And like he protects her. She knows she's human amongst vampires, so she learns how to stay quiet, stay calm, not let her heartbeat get too fast. Like there's all this stuff that she has to learn, and you learn about that throughout the book. So there's not this like big world building at the beginning where you're trying to figure out what the hell is happening. It's like interspersed in with the action. And I love that so much. And I love the characters, and just the whole thing is amazing.
Yeah. It's I the first time I read it, actually, I felt the opposite. I didn't like the little interludes because I was like, okay, why do I need this? Like, let's just get back to the story. But obviously, having finished it and then now rereading it this time, I actually really enjoyed that this time around because I knew what to expect, but also reading it, I was like, oh, this makes me understand her so much better. Because at the time, it was like, yes, it's like little like interjections or interludes into her life. But then, because I just wanted to get to the nitty gritty, like the blood spillage, the trials, all of that. And I was like, I don't want to read about her as like a teenager. But then you like learn about all the super integral parts of her. Which is amazing. It's amazing. Loved it.
Oh, yeah. Incredible. And the like the slow like letting down of her guard throughout is just super cool. But yeah, let's talk about Vincent for a sec. Like, what's his fucking deal, man? Like, okay, we know this guy, he killed his family. Like, this is normal among vampires. If you're gonna like take over, you want to be king, you kind of got to kill your whole family so that you for sure are the guy that takes over. And then when you do that, if you are the heir to the throne, you get some sort of mark on you. And, you know, Vincent's happens to be around his neck. And so this guy, like, I was watching for, as I was reading through it this second time, I was watching for like, is there something that tells me he's really a bad dude or he's really a good dude? Or is there anything that tells me that like Rain is ultimately going to like kill him? Like, there's glimpses of, you know, Rain doesn't like the regime, but like there's nothing that really tells you that he's like gonna go after Vincent. Like, it's just the buildup is so good. Like, I just can't recommend the book enough.
Yeah. In terms of Vincent, I had the thought during this read through, and I don't know if I thought about this the first time, but at the end of the book, she becomes the heir. And the only way that a person becomes an heir to a vampire is either they are turned into a vampire or they're born of a vampire. Aurea is human, and they just ultimately decide at the end that she's possibly half human. But during the entire book, she constantly has these little voices in her head of like hearing Vincent's voice. And I kind of wonder if she's actually hearing his voice, like if they share a mind bond a little bit.
Me
because
too.
because there's moments like the other thing that happens is during one of the trials, they get given a potion, and the person that they're allied with can read their thoughts, their mind, their feelings, their intentions. So her and Rain end up sharing all of these things because she's allied with him. And at that point, she can also hear him in his head, or vice versa. And throughout the rest of the entire series, she can hear Vincent's voice, like these almost like these tiny little like quips and quirks that he just says to her. Like, she's something about like fear is just like an accumulation of like physical responses and stuff. Like, it's something that she like tells herself to stay calm, to stay level-headed, to whatever. But it says like said Vincent's voice. And it just got me thinking, like, I don't know if I haven't read the second book to this duology in a long time either. It's been well over a year, so I can't recall, but I just kind of wonder if like they are actually related, because I don't think we ever actually find out if they're related in the second book. I don't recall ever learning that.
No, I can't remember.
I can't recall,
Yeah.
but I just kind of wonder if like, what if maybe her entire life she'd been given this like potion to be in like a mind bond with him? And maybe that's what maybe humanizes him a little bit, because he's kind of giving her a little piece of himself, because she talks about how he goes between being like Vincent the king and Vincent my father. And she can literally physically see these two men warring with each other on the emotions on his face and how he behaves and how he interacts with her. It just makes me wonder. I don't know. I don't know if we find that out, if that was a real thing, but that's just my 2 cents. And he's
Maybe.
very narcissistic, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. narcissistic tendencies. The fact that he's like trying to be like, oh, like you'd give me your powers, and he's basically leading her to believe that she doesn't really have any powers. But I think he knew that she had powers this whole time and was like helping her
I
suppress
think
them.
so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I think because you have to learn how to use your power, right? Like that becomes clear. And so she's never learned how to use her power. Like she says there've been sparks, but that's it, right? And then you see it finally unleash at one point, and it's like she's quite powerful. So yeah, you wonder, like, is he actually did he ask her to create this bond between them if she wins the Kajari? Like, did he ask that for her and for her protection, like he said he did? Or was it actually Mr. Narcissist that was like, oh, now I'll have her power and my power, and I'll be so powerful, and nobody will ever. Well, and part of that Coriati bond as well is that you can't hurt the other person. So, if she ever decided, oh, hey, like, I think, I'm actually the heir and I'm going to like yeet Vincent into the afterlife. Like she couldn't do that
No.
if,
But
if they have this bond either.
contradictorily, though, he couldn't do that to her either. He couldn't kill her,
Exactly.
which vampires are notorious for
Yeah.
doing. They're notorious for killing their
Right.
young, their heirs, so that they remain powerful. They don't lose their power. They don't die.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Exactly.
a lot to think about. It definitely, this reread has made me desperately want to read the second one, because I just...
Oh, same. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you forget. It's almost like this like sleeper cell spy of a book. Like it just like kind of sits there stewing on your shelf until you're ready to read it. And then it's like, oh my God, this is so good. And you just kind of forget how good it is. How good it is.
I know. And I saw a post, just for funsies, I saw a post from, I think it was from Carissa Broadbent, either today or yesterday, that kind of showed the reading order of this, because there's the duology that's a Serpent and Wings of Night, and then there's like two other duologies, but there are novellas in between, and I think she recommended in between Serpent and the Wings of Night, and is it Ashes and the Star-Cursed King? Is that the second one? Yeah, there's Six Scorched Roses, I think, is the one that you're supposed to read in between. This like a novella.
Yeah.
So I might read. I haven't read that one yet.
I haven't either. I've only read the second duology, and I actually did buy book 1 of the second duology series as well. I haven't read it yet. It's been sitting on my bookshelf because I was like, I don't know. I have so many other books to read right now, and then when we decided to pick this, and then I started rereading it, and I was like, no, I actually just really love how she writes. I love the style of the book. There's everything about it I love.
Amazing. Okay, I'm back, apparently. I keep dropping. I hope this is okay. Yeah, and there are so many like good one-liners in here, like so many things. Like I highlighted a bunch of them, and I got to take my glasses off to read them because I'm old, right? But I realized that fear, when embraced, hardens and sharpens, that it becomes rage, that it becomes power. Like, come on.
Like there's so many good ones.
So many good ones. She was silk and cigar smoke and a short temper and a million contradictions, a full life of 1,000 other thoughts and dreams and desires for the future, and someone whom I loved deeply. Like, it's just, like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's stunning.
Carissa Broadbent, good job.
Good for you, girl.
Yeah.
Good for you. I don't want to clap into my microphone, but good for you, girl. She honestly, there was just, and the banter was good, because you get like pretty much 2/3 into this book without her having much. She has a little bit of interaction with Rain, but it's not until it's not really cemented in the book until about 2/3 of the way in that they are like allies, that they're together, that there's a relationship forming. Because for the first 2/3 of the book, she's really at war with herself. She's really at war with her idea of Vincent and her ideals of what the world is and how she fits into it, because she doesn't really fit in with the humans. She doesn't fit in with the vampires. She's kind of like her own little island. And it's just so good. And then when you do get to the banter, you're just like, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
Yeah. You're like,
So
come
good.
on, get naked.
Yeah. Like, why
Yeah.
not? Call me princess. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, he calls her princess. And it's funny because quite often, like, we have made fun of the pet names, but I think it's
It fits.
perfect in
Yeah.
this instance. Like, it
It fits her.
fits.
Because she is
It's a
actually a
little,
princess.
yeah, yeah, and it's a little like tongue in cheek, a little cheeky, like
Yeah.
it's just good.
It's
Yeah.
so good. Did you have a least favorite part of this book at all?
I the one thing that left me kind of wondering, like, I don't think there was nothing that I didn't like, but the one thing that kind of left me wondering its significance was Ilana, like her the blood donor, so to speak. So it's this older woman that is like freely gives her blood to vampires. They don't take too much of it, so she lives, ends up, spoiler alert, ends up dying in the first night of the trial when the vampires are in like a frenzy, and dies a horrible, horrible death. Oriah keeps going back to her and her conversations with her. Like, she was kind of a mother figure to Oriah, right? Another human. So I don't know the significance of that relationship, though. Like, she kept going back to it. Like, I think Ilana kind of helped keep her human a little bit,
Mhm.
but I don't know. Like, I wonder if there's something deeper there. Like, maybe they were related or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, like, I just don't know the significance of that.
I think she would have had more of an impact had there been an interlude about her. Like, we got all these interludes
Mhm.
about Aria's past, and I
Mhm.
think having an interlude on Alana would have been really impactful. And it probably would have made her death so much more distraught and like devastating. I mean, it was still devastating because like you don't want to see your FMC grieving a friend or a family
Yeah.
member or whoever right at the beginning of this trial period, but
Yeah.
I definitely think had there been even just like after she'd left her on the balcony and was like, I need you to leave, like literally just have like a tiny little interlude of like when they met or like something. Just like a little
Something.
more
Mhm.
breadcrumbs. Just a little sneaky snack at the beginning. Yeah.
Just a little something. Yeah.
Little sneaky snack. Yeah. But I agree. There wasn't really anything
Yeah.
that I didn't like. Like everything, it was a great story. It's a great story.
Yeah.
Well written.
Yeah. I totally agree. Totally
Yeah.
agree.
With
So,
that,
what about spice?
I was just gonna say, like, with that, like, there's so much more meat to this book than just spice, but I do want to know your thoughts on the spice. What are you thinking?
Okay. What am I thinking? So, I went back to the pizza spice scale
Okay.
from our Christmas tree farm
Correct. Okay.
episode,
Mm-hmm.
and I have decided that this is like the best margarita pizza you've ever had. So, like, it's simple. Like, the spice is simple, right? Like, it's not over the top. Like, there's some basil in there. There's mozzarella,
Mm-hmm.
but it's delicious. It's like it's perfect in every way,
It's
and it's
yummy.
exactly what it needs to be. It's yummy. So that's my pizza description for this particular book.
That's a great
What do you
description.
think?
I think
Thank
it's a
you.
great description because it's not over the top. It doesn't like feel out of
No.
place.
No.
It fits very much so. Like sometimes less is more, right? Like that's kind of yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a very adequate description of the spice.
Thank you.
Like if I were to rate it out of 5 tequila shots in terms of
Mm.
quality, I would give it like a 3.5 because I think it's well written.
Yeah.
In terms of like actual spice and like, whew, that feeling of it, the flutteriness of it, I would give it like a 2. It's pretty tame, but it's
Oh
well
yeah.
written. It's well written. And,
Yeah.
like, earned.
Yep.
It's
And
not just it's not, like,
yeah.
it doesn't happen too early. It happens at the exact right
Yeah.
time, and there's, like, a little bit of a prelude to it, in the previous chapter where, like, he's starving and he needs to feed during the tournament, but he's out of blood, so she actually offers herself up because they were allied, but they're not anymore, but she cares about him now. There's a lot of nuance there, but still, like, it's got layers, and it's so good, and it's just very well written. I might even give it a 4 out of 5 for how well it's written,
Yeah.
for the quality.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, like there's like quality and quantity. And
Yeah.
quality is like way up there. Quantity low, but
Low.
necessarily so. Yeah.
Yeah, less is more though, because it's a margarita pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
You just want some fresh crushed tomatoes, mozzarella, and
Yeah.
basil. That's all you need, right?
I don't need too much spice, just, just a little yummy in my tummy.
Just a little yummy in my tummy. Okay.
Okay.
Well, shall we do the spicy 69?
Please, please.
All
I'm ready
right.
for it. You're gonna make me blush.
I am, and I
need my
gotta take the
drink. I'm
glasses
ready.
off. All right. Let's do this here. All right, come on. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully this is not too long. It's like 2 pages long
You got
on my
this.
Kindle anyway. Okay. A lot of thinking about you. Another kiss. What I would do to you. Another. What you might sound like. Another. And his fingers again stroked the yearning at the apex of my thighs. I have all kinds of experiments to conduct. He pulled away from me abruptly, his mouth moving down my body. He kissed my breast, my stomach, the crest of my hip, and then he gracefully stepped backwards off the bed. Wait, kneeled before it and turned me so that my legs hung over the edge as he positioned himself between them. I propped myself up on my elbows, watching. My arousal and my fear warred with each other. I found myself stiffening, suddenly very aware of how exposed I was. I was naked. My blades were across the room, and Rain, a predator with a bite much sharper than mine, had me spread before him, helpless. He opened my thighs a little more, as if he wanted to observe more of me. The sight of him there, kneeling between my legs, made something primal within me flutter with desire. His gaze dragged back up to mine reluctantly, as if he had to force himself to look away. Let me taste you. I let out an almost laugh. You already have. And even then, I was thinking about this. His hand roamed up my stomach. Mine met it without me telling it to. His thumb swept over the back of my hand, reminding me. Oh, shit. When you're reading the spicy part of the book and your 15-year-old walks up the stairs.
It's fine. Allie just needs to learn at an early age. It's fine.
Jesus.
I'm going to take a drink on your behalf.
Fucking hell. All right. Where was I? Okay. No, I can't. Oh, hopefully he's in his room with his door closed now.
Oh my God.
Okay. Fuck.
Hey, Mom, what you doing? Oh, boy. God love him.
All right. All right. His hand, now I can't even read. His hand roamed up my stomach. Mine met it without me telling it to. His thumb swept over the back of my hand, reminding me, I knew, that even though his teeth were so close to the most vulnerable parts of me, I was still in control. Yes, I whispered. I couldn't take my eyes off him as those perfect lips curled or as his head bowed before me, but at the stroke of his tongue I threw my head back. From the first touch, it was demanding, giving. Go away!
Everyone, for those of you not watching this YouTube video, Courtney's 15-year-old son just came back into the room while she was reading about some guy tongue fucking a woman. I just, birds and the bees, they gotta learn sometime, I suppose.
Fucking hell, okay.
Oh my God.
That's true. That's the therapy bill. Fuck.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just reading a book. Um,
Maybe
okay.
you good?
I'm good. I'm good. But at the stroke of his tongue, I threw my head back. From the first touch, it was demanding, giving. I thought he might tease me just because he knew how much I wanted him. Instead, even the first stroke was firm and definitive, caressing the length of my slit, ending with a pause at my clit that had my hips bucking. I'm going to stop there before this happens again.
This might be my favorite Spicy 69 segment we have ever done.
That is my least favorite spicy segment that we have done ever.
My
I'm just going to take a
God.
drink.
Yeah, just y'all join you in that. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
Oh my
Well,
God.
we'll edit parts of that anyway.
Me. It's fine. You're fine. Like you said
Anyway,
before,
I had
margarita
more
pizza.
highlighted, but
It's fine.
margarita pizza. Yep.
Margarita pizza. And you know what? Like I
Mhm.
said, it's beautifully written. Like the fact that she comments
Yeah.
about like, oh my God, I'm so exposed. Like she has that thought in the middle of their very intimate moment for the first time that he's seeing her naked,
Mhm.
and she's like literally just spread out on a bed, and she's like kind of like an oh fuck, what have I done? I have
Well,
no
yeah, and I mean,
weapons.
which one of us haven't had that thought,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Like
It's
when
vulnerable,
you're
right? Vulnerability.
it's very vulnerable.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we're not necessarily like about to get like bitten by a vampire in the moment, but it's still like you're vulnerable and you're
As
really
you.
spread open. Okay. There's some things I don't need to know. Is this why you were afraid of your kiddo walking in? My God.
And
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna need
kid.
another one of
I
these.
kid, right? I'm like,
Mm.
okay.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm.
top tier. Again, quality spice and
Yeah.
not like prudish, not danced around, but also not absolutely unhinged, like just perfectly well balanced for this book.
I agree.
Perfectly well
I
balanced.
totally agree.
Carissa
Yeah.
Broadbent nailed it. And it's just like just even you how you were talking about just the different like dialogue and descriptors that she uses. Like she just really creates such a beautiful world, and I don't feel like she ever lets up with the world building and like the description of what she's feeling, and like you really do feel like you are her in those moments, and it's beautiful.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I agree. I agree. And then the revelation at the end where they talk about humans being livestock and
Oh my
how
God.
like they keep the humans for feeding purposes.
Yeah.
And it's like all of this like realization comes crashing down onto her that even though she's been like going into the human areas and killing these vampires that are preying on these humans, like it doesn't matter
Hmm.
because humans are being raised as livestock anyway. Like just like it is heart-wrenching.
It really is. And it really is like the rose-colored glasses just get ripped off her face. And like Vincent, obviously in that moment, I think shows a bit more of his narcissism in the sense that it's kind of like a I built you to be this like basically kind of not frail little follower, but like she's not a vampire, so she's definitely frail in that terms of things, right? Um so like you should be grateful that I've done this, even though he's basically completely destroying every belief she's ever had about him, every belief she's had about the world she's been raised in, and kind of every belief she's ever had about herself. It's
Mhm.
wild. It is wild.
Wild.
It's a
Yeah,
ride.
it's just such a great book. Like I
Yeah.
like what would you rate it?
I think I would probably give it a 4 out of 5. Like it's high.
Yeah.
Like it's a great read. It's actually an easy read too. Like I read
Hmm.
this quite quickly, and the chapters are short enough that you feel like you've accomplished a lot even if you've only read like 3 or 4 chapters.
Yep.
And like in the earlier descriptor, like there's political intrigue, there's vampires, there's lust, there's betrayal, there's so many different themes in this book that just really kind of wrap it up in a neat little package. And I really do feel like this book is slept on. Like it's so underrated. It had like a very brief blip of a moment on Book Talk 3 years ago, where for maybe like a month, everyone was talking about it. And then with this, the rise of Fourth Wing and like Crescent City and all of these huge, big, like juggernaut romantasy series coming out, this one kind of just got like swept away. And it is so slept on. I know a lot of people who haven't read it. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see, but this is the cover. So if you see it at the bookstore, you should buy it. I think it's great. I would recommend it again and again and again. It was actually given to me as a present. I had never heard of it, and my friend Alyssa, shout out to Alyssa, gave it to me and was like, I think you'd like it. It was on Book Talk, and I was like, okay. And I did. She knew me well enough.
And Devin gives me all my book recommendations, pretty much. Devin and my friend Pam, shout out to Pam, give me all my book recommendations. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you recommended this one to me, and yeah, I devoured it. It's just
good.
Great. I think I gave it 5 stars. Like I'm like, vibes are on point. Like it's got, the broody hot man. It's got, badass FMC. It's got perfect margarita pizza spice. It's, like it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
5 out of 5. Good job.
Yeah.
Broadbent.
Would recommend to a friend. I just, like I said, I really do think it's slept on. And I largely, like, Book Talk is really good for a couple different reasons. It's good because it does get a lot of indie authors' attention, and it can make phenomenons out of small books. But I also think because we're kind of desensitized and we see things so fast and things just happen really quickly on social media, this just kind of got forgotten. And I think if you have been looking at it or you bought it and it's sitting on your shelf and you haven't read it yet, you need to pick it up because it's just such a great read, and it's quick and it's fun. It's a fun ride. Like, who doesn't like reading about like a bloodlusted Hunger Games style tournament? Like, it's just
come on. It's great.
With a side of margarita pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Goddamn.
Get yourself a Nightborn Sour and a margarita pizza and just tuck in. Like, exactly. For real.
For real. Speaking of the Nightborn Sour, what do you think about the drink?
Perfection.
It's delightful.
10 out of 10. No notes.
No notes. Matches the vibe perfectly, in my opinion.
I think so.
A little sour notes of betrayal. A little like the whiskey burn.
The color is perfect.
It's so, like,
the color is perfect.
Guys. Oh, there's the cherry. You can see it now.
Yay. Yeah,
look at how perfect that is. It's, if you don't like whiskey, I don't know what to tell you. Like, just put vodka in it, I guess, or gin, turn it into a bramble. I don't know what to tell you, but you're wrong.
Well, fun fact, we were looking up, alternatives to bourbon, because we're Canadian and, anyway, so one of the alternatives was like a whiskey aged in a bourbon barrel. And then another alternative was actually reposado tequila.
I believe that.
I haven't tried that, but it could be interesting, hey?
Purely just for the aging process, I think.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Yeah, I think
so.
That
anyway,
like, it would be similar in strength in terms of alcohol content. Maybe not quite as strong as bourbon, because bourbon's usually pretty high up there. I used bullet bourbon, so I think it's in like the 40%. But in terms of like qualities and flavor notes, Reposado would be pretty close.
Pretty good. Yeah, like I used a whiskey aged in a bourbon barrel, and it's delicious.
Yeah,
like
works just as well.
It's absolutely delicious.
Works just as well.
Because we drank the Canadian bourbon BERBON over the holidays.
The Tabor corn.
It's all gone.
The Tabor corn.
The Tabor corn.
Shout out to Bridgeland Distillery, local to us in Calgary. Okay, my last question for you before we start wrapping this up. Do you think that Rain deserves a spot on a book boyfriend list? Why or why not?
I knew this question was coming, and I don't know. And here's why. I think he's amazing. Like, I think he's a really cool, kind of complex character, right? Like, he's a turned vampire, so he still has this the human heart, and so he still remembers what it's like to be human. There's this whole thing about him feeling the sun on his skin, but he can't anymore. And like, he's this like beautiful and complex character, but at the same time, he killed her dad. So there's still some hardness to him. So I don't know. I would say yes, he's not number one for sure. Um, but like I don't know
Like he's a
because
contender.
he's a contender, but it's like but he wouldn't burn it's like clear that he wouldn't burn the world down for her. And that's like one of my jams,
Maybe
right?
not yet
Like
though,
if
because I
he
feel I feel like in book 2
maybe
he kind of
yeah,
turns into that. So like in this book,
he
no.
does. So maybe we revisit blah, blah, blah. We
Revisit.
revisit it. Can't talk since Allie came up the stairs.
Flustered.
Maybe we
Yeah.
revisit it. Yeah.
We might have to.
After we read book 2 and see if he's wedged his way on there. What about on your list?
I think he's a strong alternate contender. Like I don't think he's a top
Mm.
5. I think if I had a top 10, I would
Mhm.
consider it. I we still don't know enough about him in this book. Like we know a bit more of his story towards the end. In the last 2 chapters, he kind of reveals like this is actually my story. The previous king of the Rashawn is who turned me. I was a slave and then I was a member of his guard and all that stuff. But I think in this book particularly, we just don't know enough about him yet. And I think
Yeah.
if we were to include him on the list, we'd have to include book 2, which we haven't reviewed yet. So as of right now, he's a good alternate for my top 10.
Fair.
He's a good
Fair. That's
alternate.
fair
But
assessment.
I do
No.
really like their banter, and I love how much he shows his humanity despite him being a vampire, which I really
Yeah,
appreciate.
me too.
Yeah. Do you feel like
Me
this book
too.
got enough hype?
No.
Hard
Oh,
no.
hard no. I think everyone should read it. Like if you like this kind of book, right? Like if you're
Yeah.
a fantasy fan and all of that. Yeah, it's just great. And the vibes are really cool cuz it all happens at night
Mm-hmm.
because they're vampires, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so like everything it's dark and it's broody and it's just like the
Mm-hmm.
vibes are good. I found a playlist on Spotify that is like made for this and I started listening to it and it's
You're
perfection.
gonna
I'll
have
see if
to
I can
send me
find the
that
link
link
and
in
put
our
it in
WhatsApp
the
chat or
yeah.
put it in the comments of this on our channel so that
Yeah.
people can actually listen to it. I love that. But totally,
Yeah, it's
it's
great.
very moody, it's very dark, mysterious vibes because it's all
Mhm.
night. She's the only one who can be out in the day, other than the other humans, I guess. But
Yeah,
damn, I agree.
exactly.
It needs more hype. More hype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be the hype girls.
Please don't let me ever do that again. Okay, well that's all we got today for our episode on
It
Serpent
is.
and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, featuring an interlude by Courtney's 15-year-old son during the spiciest segment of our podcast. The best thing I've ever experienced in my life. If
Works for me.
if you have some comments or concerns or questions about this episode, please feel free to post them in our comment section on YouTube or DM us on Instagram or TikTok. We are on socials at Pages and Potions Podcast. We love hearing from all of you guys. And probably the biggest reason why we did this, other than the fact that we just love reading and talking about books, is community, because that's what brings us all together. And we get to meet some really cool people. And it's been really awesome connecting with people around the world who also love these kinds of books and who are also maybe our age, who are just kind of discovering this about themselves. It's just been a really cool journey. I mean, we've only been doing this for a couple of months now, and I have loved connecting with these people on social media. So if you find us, comment. We always write back because we love talking to you guys. We just love to hear from you. If you end up trying our Nightborn Sour, take a picture, tag us in it. We want to know your thoughts. We loved it. We want to know if you love it. And if you end up reading Serpent and the Wings of Night, let us know what you think. Does the margarita pizza description, is it granted? Is it warranted? We need to know your thoughts, okay? Tag us.
We do.
Find us on social media, okay? The next episode that we will be recording is going to be about Book 1 in the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. It is called Guild. This I'm very excited for because I love that series and I love our girl
Mhm.
Oren, and I'm just very excited to get into it. So With that, we will leave you for a good night and bid you adieu. But again, reach out if you have any questions, comments, concerns, jokes, whatever. We love y'all. So until then, stay spicy, keep spilling the tea, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers, friends.
Bye. Cheers.